Hey guys, I'm back in another video, and this video is going to be very interesting because I'm going to talk about assembling a computer. And this is not just an ordinary computer which we are talking about. We're talking about a powerful personal computer. This computer is going to be very powerful for the people who wants to do gaming with their PCs, as well as if they want to do anything of graphic designing or anything of that sort. So this is going to be an ultimate PC, and it's going to cost a lot. So I'll be writing down the specifications on the list of the price for these products in the current market rate after the discount. So you can check it out with me. If you really want to buy any of this, you can let me know. I can get you a best price out of that. And yeah, in case of any suggestions you want in terms of buying a computer or assembling it by yourself, and you need some kind of a justification or a suggestion, you can just get back to me on that using the box right here, which is getting displayed on the video. Now, to start with, I'm gonna go around. First thing I'm gonna talk about in this video is the processor, which is the main or the very important component which is required for your computer to run. So the processor which I'm using right now is an i7 processor, and it's basically 377K. It's the third generation. It is about 3.5 to 3.9 GHz of speed, and even you can overclock it if you require to overclock. And it's been like 3 years since I brought it. It was brought exactly on July 2012, which is not 3 years, just like 2 years. I'm so sorry. So it has an inbuilt graphic capability, but it's not that much used in terms of higher demanding games, or if you want to use Photoshop or Maya or 3D studios, any sort of 3D studios. So next thing I want to talk about the RAM. So I have in my PC, I have two 4 GB of RAM. One is from Crosshair, which has like Vengeance. This Crosshair, basically why I brought this is because of it has this internal cooling system where it can cool itself in terms of higher demanding RAM. So I got one 4 GB, and this was too costly at that time. And I have another 4 GB, and the important thing I forgot to tell you about is that it has this processing power of 1600 MHz. And recently I brought this Transcend RAM, which is about, I'm not sure if it's focusing on this, might be closer. Yeah, so this is about 1333, so it's not that much of a processing power, but yeah, it will do the trick. It has 4 GB capability, and it's pretty good. It is pretty cheap enough, so that's why I went for this, because recently the RAM prices are too high, and I couldn't afford for a good Vengeance from Crosshair. I have about 3 TB of hard drive. Now the reason why I didn't go for well, I can say that the reason I didn't go for a very good SSD or something like that is right now the SSD is or solid state drive is too costly, and I am not in the state to afford it. So I went for a TB of hard drive, and I have one 250 GB of Seagate hard drive, and I have another 2 TB of Western Digital hard drive. So basically I have these 3 hard drives with me. So why I need 3 hard drives is basically because this 250 GB hard drive which I showed you before, Seagate. What I'm going to store here is very simple. I'm going to store the operating system data. So the entire operating system is going to be stored in here, and that's how I'm going to access my computer. Now once I open my computer, the other things like my software and the games and all those things will be installed over here in this 2 TB of a hard drive. And basically in my other TB of a hard drive, I store all the movies. So basically it's like migrating purpose. So you can partition it in the way you want, and you can create it in your own way. So the operating system which I'm using is Windows 8.1, and it's quite amazing, I would say, because it's pretty fast in performance, and also it is pretty versatile between a lot of games. games. And yeah, there you go. So the other thing I want to show you is the motherboard. So I didn't go for some hi-fi motherboard, I went for the Intel basic motherboard. It's a DB75EN. So it has the basic capabilities of performing with i3 processor. So if you are going for an i3 or i4 processor, you need to get a compatibility test for your motherboard. So you have to make sure that the processor is compatible with your motherboard. So I will show you much detail on the motherboard a little later. And the next thing I want to show you is like okay, now this one I want to show you is the graphic card. So I have this huge Asus, it's a GT 560 Ti direct CU2. So what's direct CU is basically like it will be like you have dual fans, and basically it will be like 20% cooler than the default graphic card, which doesn't have the direct CU. So this is a factory overclocked. This is one of a kind of a a graphic card, and it's like 1 GB DDR5 graphic card. This one is, and I brought it for about 15 to 18K. It's like it's been like 3 years now. So it's a PCIe slot. The next thing I want to show you is the awesome keyboard on Earth. So basically this is a TVS E. So E represents electronics, and it's from the TVS company, and this is the gold keyboard. Now this you might have known, you might not have known, but this keyboard is very good for gaming, because what I or normal gamers would do is like punch keys like anything. So when you gonna punch a lot of keys at a lot of time, and this is the keyboard which you're looking for. This TVS E is gonna give you a lot of punches, and I have taken out all the keys and put it back inside like a crazy person, but still it works perfectly fine for me. I have been using this for a year, and it's unbelievable. The next thing I want to show you is the mouse. So mouse is something which no one wants to invest much on a mouse, but I went for this G400S. Now if you're going to Google this around, you will get it around for 1,700 or something, but I got it in a real good offer, which I got it for 700 rupees, just 700 rupees, and I was really lucky to get it. The clicks you're going to do with this mouse are going to be perfect. It's like, it's so crispy that you can hear the click, and I couldn't explain you the pleasure of working with this mouse, because it's one of the best mouse I've ever worked with, and I really like this mouse so much, because the ergonomics, where you keep your thumb finger, everything is so perfect, and it has a real good review on the internet. That's why I brought this, and the 700 rupees or the 1,700 which you want to invest is going to be a fruitful investment for you. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the now I'm not going to show you this coolers and all those things, because not everyone will be afford to go for a cooler. So let's talk about something like yeah, the router. I brought this router from Belkin. So this router is self-healing, easy setup, and present security. It has security internally. It's a wireless and a router. So you can have the cable connection inside this one, the LAN connection I mean, and you can give it up to, I think, like 5 pieces. You can connect it up to within the LAN, and you have the ADSL capability, I think the DSL capability as well. And also like you have this Wi-Fi which you can connect to all your Wi-Fi units as well. So this is a very good investment. I brought it for, there should be a price tag, I don't know, I brought it for so much. I have no memory of how much I brought it for, but anyways, I'll post it on the description so you can get to know about that there. Now the next thing I want to say is, like, when you want an awesome experience through your headphone and you don't want to disturb anyone around you, go for Bose. So it's a simple four little word, Bose, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to get awesome headphone So it's not an in-ear headphone, it's over-ear headphone, which is very comfortable for you. But I've seen people telling like over-ear headphone is like too much clumsy and all those things, but this is not. It's very simple, straightforward, and I really liked it. And I am suggesting for people who wants to go for a headphone, so go for Bose. Next thing I want to tell you is it's the cooler, which I have recently reviewed, unboxed and reviewed on my channel. So it's from Corsair again, and this is the H80i, and this is an amazing cooler which will cool your CPU completely down. So why should you go for a cooler? Now, if you have an i7 processor which you have invested like 20,000, I really want this processor to come for 5 years at least. So that's my expectation. And is that going to happen really? I don't think so until you use a cooler right there. So what happens is, like, the higher your CPU temperature goes, the age of the CPU goes down as well. So to avoid that, we use cooler to cool that particular CPU and bring the temperature down to the control. So if the temperature is at 50 degrees Celsius, this cooler is going to bring it down. Not much, but at least 40 to 35 to 40, yes, that's where this cooler is in place, where it can maximize your lifetime of your CPU so that it can count for a longer time, and you can even resell this CPU if you want to go for the 4th generation or 5th generation, which is supposed to come. So I'm not going to upgrade my i7 PC until the 5th generation comes into play. Until that, I'm going to keep this i7 3rd generation with me. So that's all about it. Yeah, the last thing which I forgot to tell you is the important thing. If you are a gamer, this is a must-have for you. This is the tunnel glass. Now, what's the beauty about this is basically it's going to give you a yellow tint on your eyes, because the glass itself is designed in yellow, and it's going to reduce a lot of rays which is going to affect your eyes. And practically how your eyes gets dried up is because you constantly watch something on it. That's something this glass is not going to do it. It's up to you. You have to blink a lot of times for your eyes to get some water in it. But if you want to wear this glass and say that my eyes still dried up, it's going to happen eventually, but it's going to take a little longer than without the glass. So this glass helps you to some extent, but you have to blink your eyes if you're playing a game, because I'm a gamer. I know the pain of not blinking, because when I'm playing Battlefield 4, which is all-time multiplayer, I'm basically a sniper, and I keep sniping things, I keep watching things, and even blink of my eyes, someone can shoot me on my head. So it's basically like that. So it's up to you how you wanna blink or not. So that's it. So the next video is going to talk about like how to assemble all these things together into a case. I forgot the case, right? So I will just review that in the next video, which is probably putting it all together. So thanks for watching the video as usual. Take care. Bye bye.